What will it take to start living the life you're meant to be living? Hi, I'm Ben Millard, and I'm so excited that you're going to join me for these next 45 minutes. Over the next 45 minutes, you're going to discover the simple, step-by-step path to living the life you're meant to live. A life of passion, purpose, and power. In only 6 to 10 hours per week, and without overwhelm, stress, or frustration. This webinar is for you if you go through each day feeling like the walking dead, if you're suffering from panic attacks or being killed by your overwhelming stress, if you're frustrated because you can't find the answer that you know is out there. It's just elusive, and no matter how much you search or who you ask, you can't quite wrap your arms around it. If you are tired of reading books or attending trainings or watching videos that tell you what to do, but they don't tell you how to do it, they leave you overwhelmed with information overload, spinning and searching, but without the answers you really need to move forward. And if you want to stop living a shadow life that's inauthentic and start living the life you're meant to live, a life of passion, purpose, power. In the next 45 minutes, you're going to learn the most effective way to live that life of passion, purpose, and power. You're going to learn how to make this happen in only 6 to 10 hours a week. How to eliminate virtually all the searching for the needle in the haystack that you've been doing that's just wasting your time and energy and building your frustration and stress. And you'll learn exactly how to do this without bouncing from job to job, without bouncing from get help scheme to self-help scheme, and without wasting time and energy following fix-it advice. You learn the only 5 simple things you need to have in place to succeed at starting to live the life you're meant to live. My promise to you is that you're going to start living a life of passion, purpose, and power, without overwhelm, without being frustrated, and without getting stressed out along the way. Here's the best part. There is nothing for sale on this webinar, but I do have a gift for you at the end, so please stick around. Now, does this sound like you? You're constantly frustrated because you can't figure out how to put all the pieces together? You feel like you're always missing something or chasing something, but you never quite catch it. You can't figure out why others are more successful than you, happier than you, more fulfilled than you, even though you're working harder and non-stop. And you're spending 90% of your time trying to figure out what to do, and yet you never seem to get any traction at all. Everything you do just seems to fail. Every tactic, every strategy you try, it costs you more money than you spent in the first place, in wasted time and wasted effort and throwing good money after bad. And no one will give you that full picture of what you need to do from start through the middle to conclusion to finish. You want to make a better life for your family. You want to do that work that you love. You want to get out of the place that you're stuck in. And you know you can do this. You just need to get that good start to get your wheels spinning. Do you feel like there's an invisible barrier in your life that every time you start to get a start, you just smack into and it takes all the wind out of your sails? The harder you work, the more frustrated you become. The more you learn, the more confused you get. You try more stuff, your life gets more complex, you make things more complex, and you never actually get the results you're after. So you're losing your time. You're losing money. You're sacrificing your health instead of increasing your time and your finances and your freedom. Is your current approach giving you everything you don't want and leaving you in chaos and adrift? I get it, you're overwhelmed. I've been there. I've been where you are, searching and searching and not having any answers, not knowing where to turn or how to take a next step forward. But these are all symptoms of your real problem. And if you're like me and like I was, you've probably been trying to fix these symptoms, saying, well, the problem is I need to be less overwhelmed, or the problem is I need to be less frustrated. But your symptoms are not your problem. You need the right system. You don't need another self-help book. You've read enough of those, probably. You don't need another trend like online workshops or online chat groups. And you certainly don't need advice from your friends that tell you what they think and what they want you to do, but doesn't really focus in on the core issues that are keeping you stuck where you are. You don't need some one-shot seminar that promises to fix your life. If you've been through any, you know that they don't work, and if you haven't, you're probably suspicious that anybody who says that they can fix your problems in a half hour is probably pulling the wool over your eyes. Once you implement a system that works, you'll be able to free yourself from the stress, from the anxiety, from the depression, and from the insomnia that keeps chasing you and haunting you. You'll experience real transformation. You'll be able to tap into and unlock that hidden potential that you know you have just waiting to burst forth. And you'll be able to live that life that you were meant to live, your life of purpose, your life of passion, your life of power. You'll finally have the time freedom you want, the financial freedom you need, and you'll be able to build the lifestyle that you know is possible. You'll be able to do it without the stress, without the frustration, and without the horrible, overwhelming feeling and anxiety you're living with now. You will see how powerful it is to live a life fueled by passion, driven by purpose, and full of power, and how real the life you were meant to live can be. There are only 5 things you need to know in order to start living your dream life in 6 to 10 hours a week without feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or frustrated. Here's the secret. None of these 5 things are secrets. You're probably doing at least some of them now, but you're not doing them in the right way, and you're not leading them in the right direction. Before I get into the system, I want to just share with you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and my journey towards all of this. I've been leading people to better lives for over 15 years. I've been leading people who were so far in poverty that the quote-unquote poverty line was a goal that they aspired to reach up to. I've led people with autism find better lives. I've coached people battling with addiction. I've coached people who were stuck in depression. I've coached people grappling with bankruptcy. I've coached people who believe that they will always have the stuck life that they're having. I'm certified by John Maxwell, and I have access to his team of over 5,000 coaches, his worldwide curriculum, and the support network to go to turn to get the resources to really make a difference and bring a much bigger impact than any one coach or mentor could possibly do by themselves. And I know where you're coming from. I grew up in a household based on guilt, on shame, on blame. I lost years of my life because I believed I didn't deserve the life I was meant to live. I made bad choice after bad choice after bad choice. I threw lots of good money after bad, reading the wrong books, taking the wrong courses, surrounding myself with the wrong friends, leaving myself depressed, angry, frustrated, and on the verge of tears almost nightly in some periods of my life. So I've come from where you are, and I've gotten to where I am, and most of it I learned the hard way. I had some good coaching help along the way, but I still made a lot of wrong decisions and figured out a lot of this stuff by making the wrong choices and suffering the hard consequences. That's how I discovered this system. I was in a stressful job. My marriage life was filled with arguments. I came home almost every single night to tension and stress and an argument about this, that, or the other thing. I spent a lot of the time in my little man cave den, while my wife spent a lot of the time upstairs. We didn't really talk a lot. We were always on the outs. My bank account was always flirting with zero, usually from the wrong side in the red. My paycheck was decent. It's not like I was making bad money. I just hemorrhaged money into credit card debt. I bought things I didn't need to try to make myself feel better, and I just threw money away, chasing anything that would make my life better, most of which didn't work at all, and I might as well have just bought toys for all the good it was doing me. I was pulled in so many directions I couldn't even think straight. I didn't even know where to turn to ask a question to get an answer. Heck, sometimes I didn't even know what answers I was supposed to be looking for. I didn't even know what I didn't know half the time, and I felt like it was never going to get better, and that I needed to settle and just make the best out of what I had, because this was as good as it was going to get. I was almost resigned to throwing the rest of my life. And then, with a little bit of guidance and a lot of hard knocks, I found these 5 simple steps. Gotta have the right mindset. If you have the wrong mindset, if you believe the answers that you seek are impossible to find, if you believe that getting by is good enough, like I almost fell into, and did for years, if you believe that you can't afford to lose what you have in order to pursue the greatness you're searching for, if you believe that you don't deserve your true life, like I did, or if you believe that you just don't have enough time or enough money or enough energy or enough resources or enough whatever it is to work towards the life you're meant to live, then you will stay stuck where you are. Why is a mindset so important? Because what you believe determines your attitude. So if you believe you're not good enough to have greatness, your attitude will be one of settling. Your attitudes then fuel your emotions. So if your attitude is one of settling, your emotions will turn into emotions of lacklusterness, of I don't care, of I just don't feel like it. And your emotions drive your actions. All humans are emotional creatures. So what we feel directly translates into what we do. So if you feel like it's not worth trying, your actions are going to be to give up. And your actions create your results. So you can see there's a direct line. Whatever you believe comes out in the results you get. So the mindset about how you have your beliefs directly translates into the type of life you're going to have and the type of life you're going to live. You are not getting the results you want because your beliefs keep you stuck. And any of the self-help things and any of your friends who tell you that if somebody else changes or if some raise comes your way or if something else about your environment changes is going to get you free, they're off base. Success, real transformation is an inside job. My mentor John Maxwell would say, you'd never change your life until you change something you do daily, step by step. You have to have the right focus. Once you understand you need the right beliefs, you also need to hone that through the right focus, because you can only see what you're looking at. And my guess is you've got a blind spot that prevents you from seeing the life you're meant to live. And because you have a blind spot, you can't look at it. So you need the focus to really laser in and bust through that blind spot to be able to start seeing it. Without it, you're going to keep spinning circles because you're going to lack clarity and direction. And action without focus is just hyperactivity. Focus is So important. Next to mindset, mindset with focus. Because the difference between people who make it and people who don't is the ability to apply focused effort to their actions. I know a lot of people who are very busy. They keep busy all day long, but there is a difference between busy and effectiveness. I can be busy all the live long day moving a rock up a hill, but that's not going to get me anywhere. It's about focusing in on what needs to be done and then taking the actions to support the focused effort that's going to lead to the results that you need to live the life you're meant to live. Your focus determines reality. Let me ask you a question. Do you, right now, currently, have the reality you want? Dr. Wayne Dyer said if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if you don't like your reality, change the way you look at it, and your reality will start to change. Focus is the lens to change the way you look at things. The problem is there are literally hundreds of negative influences pulling on us every day. People who say you can't do it. Friends who want to take you out for a drink instead of working through the problems you have. Unsupportive friends. A job that stresses you out too much. What are you going to have for dinner? If you have kids, they need your help with their homework. There are all of these things to pull you away. And without focus, you'll fall prey to the normal pressures of life and the naysayers who surround you each and every time and stay right back where you started. You also need the right awareness. You need to search for your aha moments. The moments where you reach that new level of understanding. Right now, if someone asks you what you want to change, you probably always have an answer. What do you want to be different? Well, I don't want to be so overwhelmed. What do you want to be different? Well, I don't want to feel so empty inside. I don't want to be so stressed. I don't want to have so many sleepless nights. But my guess is, if you were like me, when you're asked what you want instead, what the better thing is, you freeze. Why is that? Why do we freeze when we're trying to vision what it is that we want? It's because no one's asked the right questions. You need the right set of questions to raise your awareness about what's going on with you and what you want. You need a powerful set of purposeful questions to make that loose. Here's a simple goal for you to follow. Find a mentor who can ask the right questions and then trust the process of discovery. That'll lead you to higher awareness every time. Piggybacking on all of that, you need a good growth plan, a solid foundational growth plan. And here's the good news. Getting a growth plan is the easiest part. None of my students, none of my clients struggle with creating a solid plan when their mindset, focus, and awareness are clear. When your beliefs are aligned with your focus and you have the awareness to have a level of understanding that you could really act on, creating an action plan is a result of doing all those other things the right way. It flows naturally. And it's so freeing. But if your underlying system is bad, if you've got the wrong mindset, the wrong focus, and the wrong awareness, more steps, more goals, more action plans are going to make your life worse. They're going to be based on bad thinking, and they're going to get you bad results. But if your system is solid, and if your system works, the goals and the action plan and the growth plan you create around it is going to make your life better exponentially. Finally, we need to leverage everything we can and throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at breaking through and really putting the pedal to the metal to get this done. This has to be the thing that you make the top priority and put all of your energy into and get all the resources and support you can. Because here's the reality. You've got a busy schedule already. You've got all the things that you do. You go to work, you've got your family life, you've got whatever the things are in your situation that's already packing your schedule and vying for your time. So you need to do this in no more than 6 to 10 hours a week. And you need to see results fast. You need to see that this is going to work and that you get a return on the energy you're putting in. Because your self-investment is getting the worst hours of your day. It's at the end of the night when you're tired and ready for bed, or on the weekend running around your errands. You're trying to squeeze it in here or there. It's precious time and it needs to work and turn into results. The truth is, you can't add more hours a day. Your awareness is going to come from a powerful assessment tool filled with the right questions to shake loose your thinking and shine a light on the blind spots that you're struggling with. Then we're going to build focus on that awareness, and we're going to sharpen it through even more guided questions and focus building exercises that are designed to really get you hyper-vigilantly focused, eyes on the prize, failure is not an option type thinking. We'll build your mindset by experiencing some early wins and starting to shine a ray of hope into the stuckness and the belief that it's not going to get better. And as that hope builds, the mindset will just build on top of that, and it's a self-perpetuating snowball, and each win builds the mindset more and more and more. We're not going to use gimmicks. Okay, we're going to do the work the right way to make solid, lasting results. This isn't some fix-it-quick scheme. This isn't a blog post that's going to say, do these 12 steps and your life will get better tomorrow. This is real, deep-down transformation that will leave a lasting impact on your life. And then we're going to take and make a growth plan that'll provide solid and concrete action steps that will generate results that are easy to check off, that you will be able to see the step-by-step path that you're going to follow to get from where you are to the life you're meant to live. We'll rely on support of other people who are going through this process at the same time you are. Like-minded people who are struggling with the same things you're struggling with, who can tell you, we're there too, you're not alone. You are not alone. There are many other people who are going through the exact same thing you're going through. And finally, we're going to leverage the awesomely powerful tool of mentoring. Mentoring is going to provide answers to the roadblocks. When you're doing everything you can and you look at your ceiling and you think, I don't have anything else. I do not know what to do. I can't take the next step. You get on a mentoring call and you ask your question and you get a personalized answer. Mentoring is going to follow you step by step through the process to make sure that you keep moving in the right direction and keep your spirits up along the way. Let me stop for a minute and tell you about one of my students, Wolfgang. Wolfgang has been working with me for not actually all that long of a time. And here's some of his story. He was struggling to make it as a financial advisor because, quite simply, the systems and rules of the financial advising business were just overwhelming. He didn't know how to get things done. He was letting clients slip away because he didn't know the compliance rules and didn't know how to get the paperwork done, didn't even wrap his head around the system or couldn't figure out how to put all the pieces together to really bring clients from the initial conversation through the financial process and into a paycheck for himself at the end. I came alongside him through mentoring and coaching. I helped him put a plan into action and to figure out his first steps to get some of those early wins. Here's what happened. Now he's closing clients at his fastest pace yet. Every month that goes by, he's closing more clients than he closed the month before. He's got more prospects coming in than he's ever had before. His mindset has shifted to one of belief of greatness. He moved out of the cubicle bullpen in his office and into one of the coveted closed-door office spots that they only award to top producers in their company. And he's now looking to hire assistants because he's starting to get more business than he can handle. He's adding so much value to his clients and living the life he's meant to live so much that he's experiencing the rewards that now he needs to create a work group to come alongside of him to catapult his success and the life of meaning and value and purpose and passion and power that he's living even further. This is how I know it works. So let's recap. If you're taking notes, get your pen ready. I'm going to lay out all 5 steps right here on this slide for you so you can quickly jot them down and have them easily at your fingertips. The 5-step system to living the life you're meant to live is having the right mindset, with the right focus, with the right awareness, with a solid growth plan, and then leveraging everything we possibly can to get results quickly and start moving immediately into the life that we're meant to. But this only works if you invest in the mentoring process. John Maxwell would say 1 is too small a number for greatness. You're going to need somebody to come alongside you, somebody who's walking the path with you, who can keep you headed in the right direction, even when you stumble or slip or falter. Because the truth is, you've got 2 options to discover the life you're meant to live. You can figure it all out yourself, like you have been doing, and waste a fortune in time, build up lots of stress, throw lots of good money after bad. Or you can get help from someone who's paid the price before you and who can come alongside you, eliminate that wasted effort, and make sure that every moment of time and every penny of money that you spend is going to go into solid, long-lasting results. Mentoring is not some frou-frou, kumbaya, let's all sit around the campfire and talk kind of thing. Mentoring is the most powerful tool you're going to have in your arsenal. It provides you focus. It provides you an external source of focus to complement, supplement, and sometimes just plain support and replace your own when you lack it or you're struggling with it. It provides you an external source of leverage, somebody to come along and give you that initial push and to pull you along and to lift you up and to make sure that you are applying every ounce of force you can to creating the lasting change you need to live that life you're meant to live. Mentoring gives you a powerful accountability partner. A mentor is someone who can make sure that your success keeps going, and when you're struggling with failure, can help you readjust and get back on the horse, is going to make sure you don't fall so far behind that it gets too tough and you want to give up, but is going to keep you always focused on what you're going to do to take the next step to succeed. Mentoring gives you access to a skill set, to a mindset, to a wisdom, and to the experience of somebody who's been there, who's been where you are, who has walked the path you're trying to walk, and can show you the things that you're trying to see quicker than you could see them and less painfully than you could see them if you were trying to do it on your own. A mentor is a powerful thinking partner. When you're stuck, when you have an idea, when you have a question, or when you just want to bounce some things off of a sounding board, a mentor is there to be that person and to help you refine, hone, and maximize the power of whatever thought, plan, or circumstance that you're contemplating. And a mentor will give you solid follow-through. A mentor comes alongside you and invests in you as much as you invest in yourself and makes sure that the actions you start get followed through to completion so you can experience the life of purpose, passion, and power along the way. Because the truth is, your environment always wins. If you surround yourself with people who are struggling to go through it with you, who can lift you up and share the journey, and if you partner yourself with a mentor, that environment is an environment of growth and positivity. But if you're doing it yourself in the environment that you've been in that's kept you stuck so far, filled with your stress, surrounded by your anxiety, filled with the stress and the struggles and the overwhelming, crushing nature of your daily life, you're going to get the results of stress and anxiety and more insomnia and sleepless nights and depression. because you have the power. The truth is, you can make the choice. Are you going to keep doing what you're doing? Are you going to keep searching for answers the way you've been searching for them? Because if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. Your beliefs drive your results, and you get exactly the results that you set yourself up for. Not necessarily the results you want, but the results that come with the way of life you've been living so far. Or you can change what you do. You can embrace a growth mindset and transform your life. You can live that life that you're meant to live. You can have the purpose, passion, and power that you're lacking now that you know is out there if you could just tap in. How much is it costing you to keep doing what you're doing now? You have sleepless night after sleepless night. You're up until 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning thinking about all of the things that you're just not quite doing right, thinking about there has to be a better way, how do I get out of this, never coming up with answers, and losing both sleep and sanity to the fact that you're still stuck where you are, but you can't find the peace of mind and the inner calm to settle down and get a good night's sleep. If you're like my mom was when she was in her 30s, going through a very similar thing, you're being crippled by panic attacks. It's hard to leave the house. My mom couldn't drive on the freeway. The other cars around her would cause her to start hyperventilating because she was so far into the depths of not breaking free of her shadow life that it was crippled with stress and anxiety for her. Your love life doesn't have any love left in it. It's just a partnership life. Because the truth is, keeping doing what you're doing is too exhausting to care enough about anybody else. You're losing the burnout battle. You wake up burned out, you go through work burned out, you get home burned out, and you get so exhausted from walking through your life with the walking dead, going through the motions without having any passion behind it, you have nothing left for your family when you get home. You're tuned out, you're checked out, and no matter how much you try, you just can't get past the fear and the crippling stress and anxiety to have that passion and love that you need for the family that you love and that surrounds you. Here's how I can help. I want to come alongside you and help you through this, and so I've set aside some time to speak to you personally and talk about how to apply this system directly to your life starting today. I'm not going to charge you anything for this. It's costing you enough to stay where you are. I want to help you break free of that, and I want to learn your specific situation and learn what your unique story is so we can apply the steps in this system specifically to your life so that you can get results that matter to you and have a strategy that is going to be specific to you. This strategy call is for you if you're going through your day feeling like the walking dead, suffering from panic attacks and killer stress. If you're frustrated because you can't find that answer that you know is out there. If you tried and tried and tried and are starting to think that you're never going to find it. If you're tired of reading and spending all of your time watching online videos and going to trainings that never tell you how to do it. And if you want to stop living your inauthentic life and you're ready to start living that life of passion, purpose, and power. This is not for everybody. If this is really going to work for you, you must be committed to living the life you're meant to live, a better life, a life with more fulfillment, a life of purpose, passion, and power. You have to be willing to invest in real change. You've got to put into it so you can get out of it the change that you're seeking. You have to be serious about doing this the right way. Not about seeking advice from others as stuck as you. Not about searching quick answers on the internet. Not about asking the Ask Amy advice column in the paper. You have to be serious about investing in yourself and investing in your development to see the return and the results on the other side. Well, now you might be thinking, well, why are you doing this, Ben? I'm doing this because I've lost sleep. I've run myself ragged figuring this all out on my own. It cost me my marriage. I literally went to bed crying on my pillow for almost a year as my life fell apart because I clung to my false life so hard that it eventually crumbled from underneath me. I lost my marriage, I lost my house, I lost my job. My bank account was empty and my credit card was full. My life was in shambles, and only through going through everything getting ripped apart did it finally hurt enough that I started to climb back out of it to discover this system. And I want to come alongside you so that you don't have to do that. You have a chance to make this work, and I want to make this easier for you than it was for me. My passion, my purpose, my power is in transforming people's lives. In breaking through that invisible barrier that always pops up in your life and bringing you to the life you're meant to live. I believe that you matter. I believe that you have greatness within you. And with the right guidance, you'll be able to break through that and find that life of meaning that has eluded you up until now, but that I know that you want. And I know that you wanted it because I want it. I want to help you get it. So on this call, you're going to get complete clarity as to what you need to do and the clarity as to what you need to stop doing in order to live the life you're meant to live. We're going to apply it uniquely and specifically to your situation. And then, if you want me to help you more, and if I think it's a good fit, I might spend the last 5 minutes of our call talking to you about becoming one of my exclusive clients. I don't extend this invitation for everybody. I'm very particular about the people that I choose to help. You have to be committed. You have to be completely all in. You have to say enough is enough. I don't want to live the life I'm living anymore. I can't bear to be in this pain and at this level of misery and desperation anymore. And I'm willing to do the work it takes, no matter what it takes, and so that I come alongside you and really make a powerful, lasting change in your life. That's what I'm about. And if we work together, you're going to get access to the same principles and tools that set Wolfgang up for success, and you're actually going to get access to more than that because I've learned and improved and made a better system based on my earlier successes. You're going to be put through an accelerated system, and you're going to see results by investing about 6 to 10 hours a week using the maximum amounts of leverage that you and I can apply to your situation to break you free. Like I said, this is not for everybody, and I cannot take all the people who apply. But if this is for you, and this is the type of thing that you are ready to jump feet deep into, I fully expect you to be getting results fast. The people that I've helped that have been committed to their own growth with the mentoring and coaching and the system we have in place, we've seen results in as little as 8 weeks. It's usually just about 8 weeks to go from wherever you are to start to see the results that is going to show you that your life is going to improve. And you're going to have those early wins, and you're going to see a definite and lasting change, and you're going to start living pieces and glimmers of the life you're meant to live right off the bat. I fully expect that. If you're ready, open up another tab in your browser, go to benjaminmillard.com/apply. You notice that it says spaces are limited. I can't possibly serve anybody. And when you go there, you're going to fill out a short questionnaire about your situation and about what makes you sing and what makes you cry and what makes you laugh and what really is at the heart of where you're coming from, so I can discern a little bit about how to help you the best and leverage this system for your personal success the best. You'll also be able to choose a time from an auto scheduler, and you'll see I don't have a lot of times available. And in fact, some of the people who apply I don't have time to set up the call with, and I have to turn away and say no to. So apply now and get in early because the spaces are limited. And if this is the match for you, I really, really want to help you out and shake you loose. It's time to stop living the life that has sucked and start living the life you're meant to live. Fueled by purpose, driven by passion, and full of power. Thanks for joining me today. Go apply now before it becomes an offer that passes you by while you wait and stay stuck.